This video is for E542 laboratory assignment 5. In this assignment, we need to develop a protocol that can transfer the file as fast and reliable as possible, and then we design a transport protocol over UDP, and by using the fast property of the TCP, and we use the multiple threads to make this transmission fast, and there are four states of the server side and 3 states on the client side, and this is our protocol graph. First, the client side. First, server is waiting for the connection. After the server receives the connection request, it sends the response, and then once the client receives the response, it will send the data. It will send 5 packages at a time to the server, and once the server receives the 1 package, it will send 5 packages. Send the receipt to the client 5 times immediately, and at last, when the server receives all the data, it will send a close connection to the client, and that's all the protocol process. Next, this is our command frame structure and data frame structure, and then I would do this. Lab, and first I go into the temp directory and create a new data file. Use dd command. Random. Set each to 1 megabyte and the count to what's this, to make a 1 gigabyte data file. It may cost 0 minutes. First, let's say the parameters of lab. Let's say the delay round trip time to 10 milliseconds and the ratio to 1%. Okay, this is 1 gigabyte data file, and then here I set the threads to 10. In our lab, the number of the threads actually does not change, cannot improve cannot change the transmission, cannot change the throughput of much. We think that the main restriction of our protocol is not the thread. There are some other reasons that restrict this throughput. Server in the temp data bin 10. And 8 temp data bin 10 threads. Now the program begins. Now it's start to it's ready for send data. Oh, here. Wait. Here we can see the temp directory of node A. Still. Not successful for the file transfer, and It takes 132 seconds to transfer this. This is the round trip time, and the throughput is 62 megabits per second, and is very close to our the 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 experiment we did before. Maybe here we can see the file. We received the data being, and now I use the MD file to make sure the the completity of the file. Define some. Yeah, we got the same information of the data file, so we can see that the original file, the transfer file is same as the original file, which can prove our protocol reliability. Then I change the parameter of experiment round trip time to 5 milliseconds and the loss to 0.1. Let's set the default. Make the number of threads to default number. So here, just set 2. Fine. Here, remove the receive. The throughput of this is 68. It improves a little bit. It's very close to the 70. Maybe the threads isn't. Maybe the threads might be different. And now find some checklist there. It's the same, the information. So the reliability is proved. And then set delay to 200 milliseconds and the ratio to 0.2. Okay. No, it's still time. 10. Now the throughput is 70 megabits per second. It's almost the same as the we did in the experiments. T5 is in some. Make sure there is it's the same. And then set it to 500 milliseconds and the loss to 0.5. For stream the data. we can see that the speed is obviously decreased when we make the delay higher and the loss higher. It's finished. The throughput is 43 megabits per second. Okay. The throughput the throughput drops evidently and from the previous throughput. So we can conclude that if we for this protocol, if we set the delay in a loss higher after such this too much the numbers, it will obviously decrease the speed of the transfer. That's all for this lab. Thank you for reviewing.